Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to another video. It's your boy GorTheMovieGod, and I'm here to talk about some video games from 2018. Of course, we are halfway through the first month of 2019, of course, and I want to talk about last year. It's been a few weeks since it ended, so I think it's perfect time to finally just recap what happened last year. Of course, we had a bunch of games, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I didn't play a lot of them. I didn't. Last year was definitely one of my least played years for video games. So this is gonna be kind of a quicker video than usual when it comes to like my top 10 or top 5 games of last year. I could do a top 5 worst games. Maybe I'll do that in the future, but it will really just be me screaming about The Quiet Man. But spoilers right there, what my number one is. But I am here to talk about my top 5 best games of 2018. Now, I'm just going to tell you right here, again, I didn't finish a lot of games last year. I actually made a video about it. I only finished like I don't know, like 16, 17, maybe even less. I don't even remember. I think 16 or something. But this year, I'm definitely going to try to focus more on games. This year, I really want to start the Yakuza series. Of course, Resident Evil's coming out soon. I'm playing other games right now. I'm replaying Celeste. I'm replaying some other games. So I really want to get into the games again this year. And I am definitely going to focus. And this year, or I should say next year, I will have a great list for 2019 best games and worst games, because I'm sure it's gonna be some shit. But anyway, you know what, before we get to the top 5, which I'll get through quick, because again, I don't really have too much to say, let's do some honorable mentions. Now, first one, straight off the bat, I'm gonna tell you right here, God of War. Why is that honorable mention? Not because it wouldn't be in my top 5. I just haven't finished it yet. And I feel like this game you need to finish before you put it in the top 10 or 5 or 2 or 3 or whatever. So I just want to say honorable mentions, but most likely when I finish it, it'll be in my top 5 somewhere. Right now, if I could and I felt good about it, I would put it like number 2, maybe number 3. But I'm just saying, don't hate on me. I just didn't finish yet, okay? I will get around to it. That's actually one of my main things I want to do this month and next month is finish God of War. Like, I'm 20 hours into the bitch, okay? So I'm pretty far, okay? And I was trying to do everything. So, yeah, I definitely want to go back to that. And, yeah, and I even remember where I was last, and I remember all the story leading up to that, because there was a lot of big moments that happened last time I played, so it's good that I left off there, because I'm just like, oh, I need to get back to it. So anyway, God of War is my first honorable mention, but really, it'll probably be in my top 3 somewhere. I'm sure I'm going to get a dislike already. I'm going to get a dislike for this one, especially because it is a PS4 exclusive, and that is Spider-Man, Marvel Spider-Man. This is an honorable mention. I did finish this game. I will tell you right here, gameplay-wise, it was great. Swinging was awesome. Peter was a cool character. You know, I mean, Peter's always a good character for the most part. And all this stuff was great. Graphics were great, all that stuff. The story, for the most part, was pretty good. I just started getting really tired of the missions. Like, when it comes to the side missions, I hope they fix this stuff. I hope Insomniac takes the side missions that they have and like freshen them up or have a lot more variety, because it was just like go here, collect the backpack, go here, take a picture, go here, stop the same car with the same animation over and over and over again, stop the same like 4 thugs trying to break into a shoe store or some shit. It was just the same thing over and over, and they did introduce more and more stuff later, but it was still the same thing. It was like, except it was in a different area, and might have like 1 or 2 different, you know, characters that you have to fight, but for the most part everything was the same. The only thing that was different is sometimes you have to like fly through like toxic clouds and stuff, but I mean, that's just swinging, and it's the same stuff. I just wanted something a little bit different that wasn't just like generic stuff we've seen in tons and tons of other stuff. You know what I mean? Just more variety in the side missions. Also, there's a couple characters I didn't like. I didn't like how they portrayed Miles Morales in this. I just thought he was kind of, I don't know, I just didn't care for him. I also didn't really care for Mary Jane, so story-wise, whenever I focused on those two, which it does a lot because there's gameplay elements where you have to sneak around as those 2 characters, I didn't care for that stuff. But everything with Spider-Man, all the stealth, all the action, all the story stuff involving Spider-Man, all the villains, great stuff. So it would definitely be in my top 10, but it is not in my top 5. Alright, so my next honorable mention is Mario Tennis Aces. Now, this was a fun game. I played quite a bit of it. I didn't really care for the ranking system. I thought it was really annoying how I would get matched up with people that are way higher rank, or, you know, have a way higher, like, whatever the hell their ranking system is. I really thought that was annoying. But besides that, it's fun, it's colorful, it's great on the go, and it's a fun Mario Tennis game. It's probably the best one I've played since probably the GBA one with the RPG like story mode and stuff, which was awesome. I love that. So Mario Tennis Aces. My last one is Soul Calibur 6. Soul Calibur 6, oh my god, it's so good. First of all, you get to play freaking Geralt of Rivia, my boy, and 2B from Nier. Shit. And the game is just great. I mean, it runs extremely well. It's fast, it's fluid, has a great combat system, it looks great. Soul Calibur has always been great when it comes to just sword-based combat in a 2D fighter, and Soul Calibur 6 is definitely one of the better entries in the series. I would say this, 2, and the original. Those are the 3 best ones. 5, 3, 4. I mean, it had Star Killer. Gotta be good, right? It had Yoda on the 360 version. That's what I played, at least. So, alright, so that's it. I guess, you know what? Actually, one more honorable mention, just real quick. Shadow of the Tomb Raider. It wasn't great. It was just like a solid 8 out of 10. I guess that's great, technically. I would say great is like an 8.5, but, you know, it's close to great. It was really good. So, Shadow of the Tomb Raider is just more of the same. It looked beautiful. It still played as good as it usually does for this series. And it was definitely overlooked, and I feel like some people should definitely check it out, because this series, I think, is extremely underrated, in my opinion. And I really enjoyed it. So, Shadow of the Tomb Raider, that's a great one. But anyway, now let's get to the top 5, okay? So, number 5. Alright, my number 5 is a game that came out at the end of 2018. It's called, alright, I don't know how to pronounce it exactly. It's called Gris. Gris? I'm going to say Gris. And this game is one of the most beautiful games I think I've ever played in my life. When it comes to the animation and the art and the coloring and all that stuff, and just the way it presents color is beautiful. I mean, the game is all about a girl. You don't know who she is. I'm going to assume her name is Gris, or maybe the world's Gris. I don't know. I have no clue. It's a very abstract story. It doesn't tell you very much what's going on. You're in some fantasy world. You play as like kind of like this witchy character that starts off with just she can walk, but later on she gets more abilities as you go along, and it's very, very abstract and weird, but it's really great, and it's adorable at times, and I love the art design. I really do. And there's even actually some times where it gets kind of creepy. Like, it actually really does a good job of balancing all kinds of different emotions from me. Sometimes I'm scared, sometimes I'm like, "Aw," and sometimes I'm like, what the fuck? It's a great game. I really love Gris, actually. I thought that was a really great one. And when it comes to the way it looks, the visuals, I haven't taken so many screenshots on my Nintendo Switch, I think, ever. Like, I took so many screenshots going, well, that's beautiful, that's beautiful, that's beautiful. It's just a beautiful game. So I highly recommend it, especially since it's like less than $20. I mean, it's like a 5-hour game. So perfect length for a $20 game, especially a game like this, which is gorgeous. It'll give you so much. I love it. It'll give you so much. It's great. Number 4, of course, gotta put my boy Smash Brothers in there. Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, the most complete Smash Brothers ever. A lot of fun. It will be had. I'm not very good at the game, but I never really played Smash competitively, and whenever I played Smash at my house, it would be very sparingly. Most of the time we would play just wrestling games. But Smash was a lot of fun back then. Melee, of course, the original. Didn't play too much Brawl. I played a good amount of the Wii U one. But this one I could definitely see being the one that I definitely play a lot, especially with friends. It's a lot of fun. It's a great game. It looks great. All the stages, all the music, all the characters, even though a lot of them I don't really care for. It's a great game. It definitely is. So even though Soul Calibur 6 is, I think, a better fighting game, personally, that's just me, I think Smash Brothers is a better package, because you get way more. You get a whole story mode, you get the classic mode, which I love, especially I played that with Simon at first, and then at the end you fight Dracula. I was like, what the fuck? Oh my god. I was like, am I playing a new Castlevania game? This is amazing. And then you have all these other things, even the spirits, which I actually really like. I like the spirits. And of course the online and the local, and even the amiibo support. It's a huge package for $60. I mean, you can't go wrong with this game. Alright, so number 3 is Dead Cells, which we had a lot of Metroidvania games in 2018, but my favorite easily is Dead Cells. Dead Cells is a randomly generated roguelike with Metroidvania aspects to it, and the art style is great. It has a very pixel art look. It looks great. That combat is amazing. The addictiveness is up up here. It's about a 10 because you die, you want to continue and go through a new randomly generated world with different enemy layouts and and world layout and stuff like that. So it's really fun to just, like, if you die, you don't feel like, oh, I have to start everything over again, because you actually made some progress and you actually upgraded yourself a little bit. So this time you're going to do better. So you keep going and going and going until you do better, little by little, and it's addictive. It's just a really fun game. So Dead Cells is definitely my number 3. Number 2 is Celeste. Now, Celeste is a great 2D platform. When it comes to controls, this probably has my favorite 2D platforming controls ever of all time. Sorry, Super Meat Boy. Super Meat Boy was up there. Of course, Mario is up there too, even though, you know, when you stop pressing the freaking the run button, he still kind of runs a little bit. I got that momentum, I get that. But I love Celeste. It is a fantastic game. And not only is the gameplay is great, the story is actually very, very moving, and it's really, really, it's something that should be watched, I guess, this time. I mean, it's great. At this point, I have yet to, I'm not gonna lie, I have yet to finish Celeste. I'm really close. I just restarted it again on Xbox One. I got really far on Switch. I think I was like chapter 6, I think, last time I looked. And I think there's 8. I was midway through chapter 6. But I can't wait to see how it's finished, and I feel like this game is, it could literally drop the ball at the end, and I would still say, yeah, it's definitely in my top 5, but I doubt it will. It's a great game, and I've spent quite a bit of time in that game, at least 10 hours. So it's a great game. So Celeste, I definitely recommend. Number 2, looks amazing, has a great story, and some of the best controls out there, and it's fucking infuriating, but in a good way. Number 1, of course, everybody already knows what I'm going to say. Number 1 is Red Dead Redemption 2. Now, again, this could change when I finish God of War. I don't think so, because Red Dead Redemption 2, I get it. Some people don't like the controls. I think they're perfectly good. I don't understand the control issue. Never had a problem. Never hit a freaking tree with my horse. I don't know what people are complaining about. I don't know. Maybe people aren't good. I'm just kidding. I never had a problem. That's not true. I did hit a tree a couple times, but that was only because I was looking away, shooting at somebody, and that felt natural. Like that would actually happen in real life. You know, like you're controlling your horse. The horse is like, wait, hey, yo, that's a tree, man. And you're still shooting. Like, shut up, ride, horse. Like, whatever. I don't know. It was a great experience. I played this game over 100 hours. It took me 100 hours to even finish the story because I was so captivated by the world, going around fishing, looking at things, hunting, just randomly walking around, and then a mission will start and you're like, what the fuck? It was so natural, everything in the world. It is a landmark title when it comes to open world games, and I will not have people besmirch this game just because it's popular, I guess. I get some people's problems, like some of the mission layouts. Yeah, sure. Some of it, the structure of all the stuff is formulaic to Rockstar, but I don't get why there's hate for this game. Okay, the gameplay itself I think is great. Okay, I really do think so, especially at moments where just out of nowhere you'll get ambushed and stuff, and you have to like get off your horse and like freaking figure it out. So you get off your horse because you don't want to get killed, because I love my horse. So I tell my horse to get out of here, and he'll flee, and you get behind a tree and you have this shootout. And there's times where it gets extremely tense. And the gameplay itself, I think, is fantastic. I really do. I'm sure the Deadeye is definitely a must-have, but there's times where I'm just like, you know what, I'm going to do it without Deadeye, and I'd flank around and stuff, and throw dynamite to flush them out and stuff. There's a lot of strategy to the gameplay. I know you could go in there run and gun, but I feel like the only way you could do that is if you spend a lot of time buying stuff so you can get your Deadeye all the way up, and you buying ammo and stuff. If you're not doing that, there's times where you really do have to just strategize. And the game looks beautiful. It's probably the best looking game I've seen all year long when it comes to, I guess, 3D graphic, because I think Gris has some of the best graphics I've seen this generation, just because of the way it looks. And yeah, it's just an amazing game. I get it. Some people had a problem with controls and the gameplay. The story, I don't understand why anybody would have a problem with the story. I thought it was fantastic. And Arthur Morgan is easily the best video game character I think I've ever seen in my life. He's the best. And that I don't even... He's a great character, and I love it. So, Red Dead Redemption 2 is my favorite game of last year, and I don't think it would change. I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, God of War is great, because it's, you know, everybody is saying it's the best game. I'm saying right now, my personal opinion, Red Dead Redemption 2 is the best game of last year. God of War might be number one, but I don't know. It's going to really I mean, I'm not even fucking kidding. It's really going to have to, like, make me fucking cry and die at the same time. Like, cry and die. I cried so much, there's no more water in my body, and I just shrivel up and die. Like, seriously. Red Dead Redemption 2 is the most 10 I've ever seen in my life. I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't think the controls are bad at all. I never used fast travel once in this game. Not once. I never used a trolley or whatever. So, never used the camp fast travel. So, everybody's saying the pacing's boring. I like it. I like going around on my horse. So, that's just a... Just like how people like Skyrim back then, this is like Skyrim for now, for me at least. You know, I just like getting lost in this world. But anyway, that's my top 5 best games of 2018. Please tell me what yours is in the comments below. And until then, thank you. And until next time, see you later, babies.